Hey everybody, Questwise here. Today I want to talk a little bit about Rift's Mercenaries. Now I don't want to talk too much about the book itself because if this book's been out for quite a while and if you haven't got a copy of this book, what the hell are you waiting for? Go grab a copy of this. You can get this at the Palladium website online store. You can get it at many other places. Retails for $20.95. I mean, there's no reason not to have this book if you're a Rift's fan. What I want to talk about today is why it's a great idea for both players and game masters to run a Rift's Mercenary campaign. First off, this book has a really cool system inside for creating mercenary companies. It's very reminiscent of Ninjas and Super Spies in creating spy agencies. The system in this is very similar to that. But using mercenary companies as opposed to spy agencies. Although the two can be very similar. It'll go into detail about how much resources you have, kind of vehicles you have, sort of the NPCs that run the everyday operations of the company itself. So very cool. Even if you just want to use this for any sort of mercenary company in any game whatsoever that's in the Palladium line, the system for creating that in here is very awesome. Now, why is it awesome for a player to play in a Rift's Mercenary campaign? Well, first of all, one of the great ideas is that it auto-introduces you to the other characters. It's easy for you to jump right in and be like, oh yeah, I got hired by this mercenary company, and therefore there's not a lot of that. How do I know the other player characters? How did we meet? What's our background story? Maybe you're part of the original founding member of the mercenary company, or you've been recently hired, and therefore you're, the new hire, the new guy, the newbie of the mercenary group. So it's a quick way of sort of introducing your character into the scene. It's also a very quick way of, if you have a character that has died or you take on a new player into a game, it's a great way of sort of just jumping right in. And rather than creating a whole new scenario of how this new character fits in, where do we find him, where do we meet him, it's right. You've been hired as part of the mercenary group. So that's a cool way of doing that. It also gives you a great way of being part of a group instantly. Like, it gives you there's a lot of cool new OCCs and stuff in here that allow you to sort of fit into a mercenary group company. And it kind of goes into detail about how, like, a magic user would fit into a mercenary company, or how an ex coalition states soldier might fit into a mercenary company and stuff as well too. So it kind of gives you a nice way to fit sort of any character into a game as well too, without trying to explain why a weird techno wizard is there and whatnot. Why is it so great for a game master? Well, instant adventures. Once you have a mercenary company, it is really easy to just create adventures on the fly based upon the characters and their sort of backgrounds already in the mercenary company. It's also very easy to create campaigns, long-running stories, because of sort of like the character backgrounds and the things that they maybe have done before. But it's also great for one-shots as well too. So if you don't have time to run more of a longer campaign, but you just want to do one shot, or maybe just a 2-session type game, it's easy to sort of plug and play these into the system very well. If you have a mercenary company, be like, hey, there's a one-shot job we need to do real quick. It makes it a very episodic type of a game setting, which is kind of nice because some people can't play every week, and therefore, or every session, I should say. You might run games once a month or something, but some players might not be able to make it to every session, and therefore it's easier to do sort of these episodic type games using the Mercenaries company, and then you don't have to try to explain why this character's not here or why there's a new character involved and whatnot. What else is really awesome about a mercenary campaign? Well, I mean, a lot of things. There's a lot of cool pre-generated mercenary companies already in here that you can join onto or to create your own. Like I said, the design mechanism in here to create your own mercenary companies is phenomenal. It's a great way to sit down as a group or even as just a game master to create it beforehand, to have it all ready to go and be able to tell your players, hey, this is the type of equipment you have available to you, this is how much money you have available to you, this is how many NPCs that sort of run the daily operations of this for you. And it can be anywhere from a 4-man operation, very small elite group of mercenaries, all the way up to a mega sort of corporation type of a feel. It also gives you some great way to try out different types of technologies in Rifts. Being a mercenary, you're going to be buying and selling things on the black market from all manner of different creators and different, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, not races, different cultures of different things. So you might get stuff from Triax, you might get some stuff from Northern Gun, and so you have this cool mishmash of different technology and weaponry that is easy enough to explain away by being a mercenary company. But just a real quick video. I just wanted to share my thoughts on playing Rifts Mercenaries and using this as a great way for both players and for game masters, and being able to use the mercenary idea, either the mercenary company out of Rifts Mercenaries or the spy agency out of Ninjas and Super Spies by Palladium Books, and using them in sort of any of the Palladium megaverse of games as well too. So until next time, I'm Questwise, and I'm out.